back, chippers, and here's another edition. There's one thing that if we learn how to build, you can build just about anything. I've heard from a bunch of different woodworking people that if you can build a basic box, you can build anything. So over the next few lessons, we're going to learn how to do 3 different types of boxes. We're going to build 2 out of paper, and then I'll show you how to do one using wood and the power tool so you can see how this comes across in the shop. What we need first is, the first one we're going to do is building a box out of paper with no glue. What you need to start with is you're going to end up with a piece of paper that's 8.5 wide and 8.5 tall. Okay, how are we going to do that? We take a standard sheet of paper. This is 8.5 by 11 paper. So for this project to work, we have to make sure that it's 8.5 by 8.5. You're going to need scissors, pencil, and a ruler for this exercise. If not, after I show you how we cut this out, I'm going to show you another way if all you have is a pencil. It's going to be a little tougher, but we can come up with the same results. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you on this that when I line this up, you can see that this is an 8.5 wide. Okay, so now we want to make sure that we do the same thing. So we're going to measure up, and we're going to make 2 marks so we can come across. So we're going to go 8.5. There's your 8, and there's the half. And we're going to do it again. 8.5. So there's your 8, 8.5. We're going to take a ruler, and we're going to line the ruler up on our 2 dots and draw our line across. And we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to cut out this piece of paper. And there's our first piece of paper. Okay, if you don't have a ruler and scissors, what I'm going to have you do is take a piece of notebook paper. This is regular lined notebook paper. We're going to take it and we're going to fold it right on the line. So at the top, we're going to fold it at the line, and then we're going to line this up with the piece, with the line right there. We're going to crease that. We're going to go across there, and we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put it on the same fold, and we're going to go back and forth a couple of times so we can get that crease in there. What this is going to give us is something that we can use to measure. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and start the tear right there, and I'm going to line the paper up on the edge. We're not worried about it ripping too much, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put this on our piece of paper, we're going to line it up, lay it out flat, and make our mark. So we got our mark. So again, we're going to fold this over. Make our mark, take our pencil. This way is not going to be as precise, but it will do the job all the same. So we're going to take that, we're going to go across. Going to put that over the edge. Put that aside. Now it's not completely straight. To get it straighter, we can take and rip off just a little bit. It's going to be a little rough, but it's going to show you how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to start with our piece of paper. I'm going to start with the plain white piece of computer paper. All right, we're going to take our 8.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. What we're going to do is build this box by just folding it and creasing it in different places. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to fold this piece in half. We're going to get it as lined up as we can. The straighter the better. Fold that down, make our crease. That's the first step. Now we're going to open that back up. See how we have our crease? Now we're going to take it the opposite direction and we're going to do the same thing. Line it up and crease it. And open it back up, and now you can see that we've got it broken down into 4 squares. Now we're going to take each square and we're going to bend that in up to each of the lines. So we're going to get that there, like so. And then we're going to crease it. We're going to take the other piece, the other side, and we're going to do the same thing again. And crease it. We're going to do this all the way around. And we'll get all 4 sides folded in. Now we have all 4 sides, so you can see that we've got that folded in. Now what we've got to do is we've got to take and fold in all 4 sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and make sure the flap is down. We're going to flip this side up, bring it to the center, line it up, and crease it. And we're going to turn around to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing again. Get it lined up, make a crease. Then you're going to open that back up. Make sure these flaps are down, because now we're going to take the other side and we're going to do the same thing. And I want you to remember, this has taken me a few times to do it myself, so it might take you more than one time to do it, but take your time and give it a shot. So we line that up, bring that in, open that back up. Now we have all 4 sides. Now you're going to take the top and the bottom and you're going to open the flaps out. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to have them flat, and we're going to turn it to the side, and we're going to crease this again to get it to crease all the way across. So we flip it around, do the same thing with the other side, open that back up, close these flaps. Now open up the other ones. And now we're going to do the same thing again to get all the creases in. Crease it over, roll it, crease it over, level it out. Okay, so now we have it like this. Now we're going to take this, we're going to open this up, and we're going to take this first thing. You see this flap right here that has the half open and the half has 2 pieces on it? You're going to take that and we're going to bend that down like so. So you're going to have it lined up like that. So now we're going to take this crease on the back side right there. You're going to flip that over holding these 2 sides, and we're going to put that in. Takes a little creasing to get it right. Make sure we have that in there. Get that, crease that across the top and along the side. Now we come over to the other side and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring that in, flip that over, tuck the edge in there, taking your fingers and putting them in there to get the crease in there correctly. Pop that out. Crease it. And there you have it. You just built a box using no glue, nothing but paper. You can hold things in it. You can make a top for it doing the same process again. We'll talk more about some of the different boxes and why they're so important as we go through the lessons.